I really hope. I really hope the icon photo that I just took actually shows up on the broadcast today. I do enjoy making funny faces at the camera. It's probably my favorite part about this whole shindig. Say hello, kitten. So, me and Lainey are just chilling here. And I'm designing more floor plans of buildings. Um, so, Zachary's marvelous education system risks losing a severe form of source of revenue if we don't get into full swing sooner rather than later. Um, that is totally not going to affect my plans. In fact, it could make the land around here a lot cheaper for me. But it's kind of an opportunity that needs to be seized. Like, the more I think about it, the more it's like, this is just not a bad thing. It's bad for Zachary if we fail to help. But saving back Zachary could be pretty damn good for a company, you know? Or, let's see. I'm trying to see right now, I'm trying to see how many fucking companies I can squeeze on one piece of land. Okay? Sharing parking access. So, modular building, manufacturing facility in the middle. One little slice of residential land in between that and the fish store and the mechanic shop. Off in the corner is a coffee shop named for a different Battlestar Galactica quote that's also going to serve fish and chips for no reason at all. Because I like fish and chips. That's why. So I can go eat fish and chips there, basically. I'm kidding. No, the idea is actually to provide a dual service location that is a restaurant during the day and a coffee shop at night, and like flip the sign and everything, you know. The idea being there's a new couple of coffee shops, a CC's and a PJ's, and those are major chain coffee shops here in town. And we're talking about just providing jobs, okay? So if I can provide a job and make like a low profit model business back there, you know, keep a couple of people working, good. Zachary has lost 600 jobs, boom, yesterday. Town of 50,000 people. That's a lot. I think that makes our biggest employer now Walmart or some shit like that, you know, or maybe one of the chemical plants. It's either Dow Chemical or Walmart, I'm sure. So, howdy. Um, Susie Q is here. Emily has already joined us, and she said hello to the kitten, not to me. I see how it is. Anyways, so hoo-ha. The best thing about this lot is that it's a big piece of property on the corner. Okay, and there's actually a few big corners open. Um, but this is the corner that I already fucking drive down anyway, so you know it's like familiar to me, and I got a good feeling for how big this land is and how much I can put on it. So, buildings, fish tanks, cars, food, and I'm probably gonna make a small office building. Um, and then from there, I have one more space. That I might try to set up a manufacturing facility for those 18-wheelers. Um, I might. It's going to be kind of a weird little shindig deal. A lot of small manufacturers, they'll basically build a frame and have an existing set of vehicles that they'll take parts from and then bolt it to that frame. So that's what I'm talking about doing. I'm not talking about like actually having to manufacture all the parts of a vehicle. And I know how the process works. I know how to get parts made for me. But the idea would be able to just produce one of these 18-wheelers every month. Keep a few people working. And what I was thinking is I'm going to need 18-wheelers. Why don't I set up this company to keep these people working, and the first few 18-wheelers I'll buy from another company. I'll buy them from a different company, from that company, you know? Anyway. So yeah, Emily, if y'all'd like to come down, try to come down next week. I'm gonna be able to have a meeting with some other business owners down here in town. Actually, one one of them owns a few businesses, and they span kind of most of Louisiana. But I know a few people like that. Like, there's so many people I'm waiting to approach once I have something going already. So if y'all want to be one of the preliminary investors, um, we can basically set y'all up with a development branch out on the East Coast. And then from there, it's just a matter of y'all uh, basically finding an in-house construction crew. At first, you're going to be hiring contract crews, but just something to think about. Y'all could just be project managing. Once you find a team of people to actually work the location. And then you basically just need a general contractor to actually put the properties together for you. And The best way I see about going that is just buying out somebody. It's like, yeah, y'all aren't bad at what you do. You want to work for me now? These business cards you made for yourself are cute, but you go ahead. Save your $14. Anyways. So Emily, you want to come down next week? Huh? Do you want to come down? Come on, come on. Come on. We can negotiate some sort of terms that give y'all a. What's cool is I've kind of set up the parent company as a place to divide up like retirement level shares. Okay. So the whole subsidiary based approach is to assign CEO-ship to active investors that can then be replaced, but those investors maintain their percentage not of that business but of the conglomerate. Does that make sense? So while they're CEO, they get CEO percentage, you know, which is like a temporary ownership basically. And then when they retire as CEO, they get their investment percentage of the parent corporation. And there are still a few percentage points to dole out. But this isn't going to be the kind of thing where anybody's going to be transferring funds to anyone. This is going to be mostly leveraging of equity after a big land purchase. So not necessarily even cash involved, if you know what I mean. Like if I could get one investor to come in cash free on the land side, I could get some of the development done with the other investors I have right now, which is basically families pulling together tax returns and shit. But then there's the guy who actually wants to be in this business. And he's been doing it for years already. Not modular buildings, but, you know, real estate. And I have no doubt that he's going to be able to handle everything I fucking need. I just like diversifying, you know. The more money one person gives me, the more I have to answer to that one person. That depends on how you want to do it. I mean, we can incorporate, you know, yours, mine, and his name onto the land. Um, but there is also the prospect of, if we want to get the best interest rate for it, um, basically writing all that up in the business agreement. You know, so if you want to technically own the land to secure your stake in the business, that would make sense. Like from the if I were you perspective. But it would be the kind of thing where you would do a non-conditional 99 lease to the parent company. So it would be like effectively you owning the creditory situation of the land, but the company actually owning the usage of the land. Kind of like how Donald Trump bought the fucking Trade Center. But also, what might be ideal is for you and my investor to go in together on the land. Okay, because um, you could have perfect credit, and his credit would still somehow be better. Yeah, he's pretty big shit, and he represents an even bigger shit and some other big shits, and yeah. But my deal is, like I said, I like diversifying, and as you already know from listening to me plan this out, I like to expand. I, expand early. Okay, expand early. In any resources based game, okay? In any resources based game, think of this. Think of this as like a strategic game board, you know? I know it's a kind of goofy metaphor, but bear with me as I struggle to make a fucking halfway congenial background. Dingo! Cut it out. Look, you done made yourself bleed, you freaking moron. When starting any game, any sort of mathematical scenario where production and profit are the end game, you know, you want to spread out as much as you can, as early as you can, anywhere that you're guaranteed success. Okay, so overextending yourself in like a military type way would be going to try to get resources in a place that's not easily defensible. Okay, but in this case, it would be really hard to do for us. My whole business model is built around expanding, okay, and finding the land that nobody wants to build on anymore, you know? So every place that we go and mine resources from is well defended, in that we are going to be flipping houses in the lowest possible cost scenarios, which means basically we can turn a flooded property into an unfloodable property without causing drainage issues in the neighborhood, without adding land, you know? In fact, towns are going to love us because we're actually going to be taking away some of the land and actually providing some matter of flood prevention just by doing what we do. Because there's places we gotta move dirt. You know, we're making little tiny pyramid bases. But crack-free foundations, okay? Crack-free foundations. That's something I've been working on for 20 years, ever since I learned that foundations cracked. You know, 20 years? Oh, I'm older than that. Let's just call it 20 years so I can feel young. I think 20 years is just the longest I'm ever gonna say I've done anything, because that's fucking long enough to have done anything. Anyways, Dingo, stop chewing your ass. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Dingo. They gave you a bath and it didn't work. I don't know what the fuck these lazy morons did. I'm sorry. They're gonna give you another one tomorrow, I guarantee. Do you feel like you should have to, like, give me $1 as a tourist because I said I guarantee? Oh, look at that. He's being all locally cultural. Anyways. So, like, I'm really aware of how stupid of an idea it sounds like to say I want to build my own 18-wheelers. My wife just asked me if I'm up. Well, if I'm live streaming, then I can't fucking answer that. Check and see if I'm live streaming, woman. Check and see if I'm live streaming. Telepathic. No, she doesn't have that power anymore. If we were still little, just close my eyes and she would just know. Maybe it'll go up to 4. Just go on, come on, come on. 4. 4. Anyways, what I was saying is, I know how, on paper, on the surface, whatever you want to call it, stupid it has to seem to say, I want to build my own fucking 18-wheelers. But not as stupid as existing 18-wheelers seem to me. Okay? My whole hand's black. Okay. Every now and again, when you're just drawing and drawing and drawing, you should wash your hands, because this is ridiculous. All right. Oh, and all over the phone. Of course it's all over the phone. That's where I rest my hand. There, now my hands are brown and green like a normal hippie. Merface, are you watching? Did she get the message? Did she join? She went up to number 4. Anyways. I was first thinking of just generally sketching some design concepts together and then being like, talking to Honda through back channels. and being, you know, y'all want to build a 18-wheeler, you know? Because I don't know if you noticed, everybody's 18-wheelers suck. I mean, they genuinely suck. They're like manly beasts of machinery and all. And like there's reasons to respect and admire them, of course. And they've been carrying the economy for a long time at the expense of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of families. Like, you know, your big gas guzzling SUV can probably only kill half a family at once. But an 18-wheeler can kill just fucking 4 of them in one swoop. That's fucked up. You ever seen the pancake car between cars that you didn't even notice at first because you were so busy looking at the other car that was already horribly mangled? Guess what? There's probably another car that you still don't see. Because fucking 18-wheelers centralize so much momentum and are basically built to push other shit out of the fucking way, and it's really wrong. They're death traps for the drivers and for everybody else on the road. So the problem means there's a market. Anytime there's a problem, there's a market. Okay. The solution could have just been a few ideas, but I wound up with like a very clear vision of exactly how I want to build every single part of this thing. And it seems to me like not only is the construction process going to be relatively simple, but this fucking thing is brilliant. Like, I want to drive it. What you got there? I mean, do you want to send an attorney down here or something? I can't really discuss things because of the level of shit that we're going to be planning on doing. Trust me, there is nobody with a plan to make more money on the planet right now. Okay? Nobody. No corporation, no group, no entity has a idea that is anywhere in the ballpark with what I'm talking about doing. And that's why I'm not talking about much of it. I can talk about this fucking 18-wheeler though. This thing's cool. But, you know, the fact that I'm gonna be needing 18-wheelers should give you an idea. That sounds perfect. Anytime, if you want to let me know you're coming out here, I can make sure I schedule my meeting when y'all are going to be here and rested, okay? And then we can all go up there together. And y'all are going to like this guy. Hell, y'all are going to probably get along better than I am. I'm going to be the odd man out in no time. But that's cool, because I just want to be the crazy inventor that helps make everybody rich. See? Alright. Let me see if I can reply to a message. Oh, my wife saw me. And she's here. So, I'm going to mute this for a little while and give you all a view of the fish tanks. Well, that was not a lunch break. That was, she forgot something. Oh well. Is that like a reason to start drinking? I thought she was gonna come visit on a lunch break, but she just needed a scarf. Wow. She borrowed it yesterday on her lunch break because hers was covered in barf. Sorry. That's the only thing that I could get that was rhyme with scarf. Never mind. I think that was probably the worst little parody song I've ever ad-libbed on here. You know, at least now we know where the bottom of the barrel is. Now, Bob for those tomatoes. What? They're not tomatoes, they're Scandinavian sea apples. We had them imported from India. For some reason, the only places we could get them were from India, China, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. I know. What? What were we talking about? So I guess I will focus on drafting a preliminary agreement. With an actual executive summary. Because now might be the time to make an offer on that bigger piece of land. You know. Roger that. I'm looking for my phone again. I said, yeah, let me just text my wife right. Where's my phone? You are my phone. So yeah. I will let her know as soon as possible. And actually, you know, frankly, you flying down here is going to make me look even better in front of my investors. So this is a fucking win-win situation. You get to have an adult to talk to. No notification. What's up, Conway? So we can try to get this agreement, the preliminary agreement for the basically a parent investment company. And let's see if I could redact. Let me try to do some redactions right quick. I'm just going to give you an idea of what this development is going to look like roughly. There we go. Cigarette packs. There we go. Okay, so this would be the main street, and this would be the side street. The residential vivisection, okay, is right here. Modular building manufacturing facility right here. Easy Reefers right here. Morris Motorsports, or whatever I'm going to call the car company, right there. The little coffee shop is going to be over here in the corner. So the reason why that's not pressed to the street is because I want to give it sort of a cozy feel, more being back away from this busy street as opposed to being like, you know, sometimes you can try too hard, you know, sometimes you're too out forward, and it's going to attract a certain type of customer, and that's going to turn off the customers that I'm trying to attract. This is supposed to be like a little relaxing niche place that Zachary really doesn't otherwise have. But anyways, so there's the back entrance. There's going to be a little gravel 18-wheeler runoff right here, so they can turn around, back out if they need to. This is an 18-wheeler parking bay, because we're going to be having containers that get loaded without being needed to be shipped right away. So we'll be able to eventually purchase some of our own containers and have them back there. Otherwise, we might have some 18-wheelers needing a standby area. So those are executive parking spots, since they just happen to be visible. Nice big fucking wide ones. Regular customer parking spots. That's my house. Little tiny fucking houses that my lead carpenter and I are both going to have. The mechanic shop is going to have a pass-through, run-around type thing, and 6 parking spots, including handicap access. Obviously, we got handicap access for Easy Reefers. We're going to have handicap access for the modular building facility, because this is going to be there's going to be a walk-in retail office right here, this nice little decked area. We're going to have a porch swing right there, and I already have the lady that's going to be working here. Okay, perfect lady to be working at a place like that. You know, how you doing, y'all? That, you know, like, it's gonna be great. Now here is where the new emergency business plan type thing is going to go, because essentially I need to provide a lot more jobs in a hurry. So that's probably gonna, this line is gonna get swapped around, and this big facility is gonna go right here, and then I'm probably gonna make a small additional warehouse for composite materials, because the people that just lost their jobs worked at a paper mill. Okay, construction materials and paper aren't that fucking far apart. So if I can maybe buy some of the fucking equipment that they just stopped using, if any of it's useful, I know I'm gonna have a meeting with the guy as soon as I remember to set it up. But see, I text messaged him. I guess he didn't get my message again, so I'll, you know, have the wife contact his wife, because he just got laid off. I'm gonna ask him what kind of shit they got there that we can use. And otherwise, it's going to be just a matter of people understanding those kinds of processes, being able to produce the types of composite materials that I need. Which we're going to be making our own siding, we're going to be making our own shingles, we're going to be making our own insulation. There's a lot of things out there that I think are just not good enough, too ugly, too passé, or too expensive. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is buying some land with some wood on it, some lumber that we can go and mill and fucking make some nice veneer and some other products ourselves, you know, shingles, not sugars. I haven't seen any land with any sugar cane on it. Anyways, there's one cigarette in that pack. Oh, there's more cigarettes in that pack. Okay. I don't know what has happened here. Sugar shingles. Now, the thing about sugar cane, I don't know if you realize how big it grows here in Louisiana. This is not bamboo. This is sugar cane. Looks a lot like bamboo, doesn't it? Sugar cane. My back was hurting me at the zoo one day, and this fucking thing was lying down there with a bunch of other sugar cane. People were calling it bamboo. I'm like, no, the bamboo around here don't grow like that. We got some little tiny bamboos, but we got some big sugar cane. And it crumbles real easy. This is not as strong as, yeah, oh, massive fields of it, man. Massive amounts of sugar cane. That's in the part of Louisiana up there where my whole fucking family from. Sunflower seeds and sugar cane. It's beautiful out there. I ought to take a ride just to film one day. is nice. This is split apart on numerous occasions, and I finally just took one of the pieces and just stuck it back in there. It's brittle. These can be really good for home defense as what's called a split apart pole. Okay, so what you do is you purposely make cuts at the end of this, and then you tie it in a woven manner like so. Okay, and then wrap around that and strengthen it, and then splinters like this will be sticking out from all kinds of directions at the end. Okay, and just play that out in your head, how well that might work or how well it might not work trying to block that. So you open up your door and there's somebody you don't want to see, you got your split fucking pole. I can't use proper technique here, but how this would work. Answer the door like that, that'll work. And just start poking it at them. Just poke them. Just poke. They will just start bleeding in all fucking areas. And I can't. What do I block? What do I block? You ain't gonna block none of that shit. Anyways, let me stand up and twirl that thing so I can knock something in my house over. Alright, now I'll do even better. Wearing my pajamas. Oh no. Is it too tall? Yeah, that's too tall. Shit. I got a good grip at the bottom. Fuck. Not very even. Holy crap, it's really not very even. There we go. Of course, balancing something like this is much easier when you're on your feet and mobile. Then it goes too far and then you can't catch it. See if I can stabilize it a little. I'm doing this with one finger, by the way. I don't know if you can see. I'll have to go farther back or farther up. It's actually easier for me with the one finger. Ow! Yep, knock something over. Oh, perhaps not that way. It's a little awkward in here. Oh. This is good practice though, trying to fucking twirl stuff and find areas like this. Don't forget about the spear. Ooh. Figure I'd just be goofy and entertaining for a minute. At least I wasn't stupid enough to try to pick up any momentum. I wonder if it's been under a year since it's probably been multiple years since I bothered twirling anything like that. That's kind of sad. Oh, sugarcane for energy? Hmm. Yeah, you're much better off with bamboo or wicker wood or something like that for any sort of construction. This really just doesn't last. This pole used to be much longer. Oh, Conway, your light disappeared. Was it yours? Excuse me. But so what I was thinking was, if I could fucking be allowed to live stream for a minute here. What I was thinking was, if I could get land with lumber already on it, get one of those fucking Harbor Freight milling things. It might be worthwhile to mill a lot of the lumber that's on these pieces of land out there. Oak, cedar, cypress, pine. And why waste it? That's all I'm saying. What makes good looking shingles to me is when you're milling a log, that second cut. Okay, you take that first round cut off the top, and that can be used as a faux log finish after it's been thoroughly dipped in some polyurethane. Otherwise, that's going to rot really quick. But another thing you can dip in polyurethane is that second layer, okay? Because it comes flat with a little bit of angle, and it's always like a nice little ridged, uneven type shape. And you take those, cut it down the middle, okay? Or if it's a smaller log, you just cut one side off and discard that one side, and then cut shingles right out of that. Wood, you got to make sure you use it. You got to make sure you cut them thin enough for that type of wood. And there's some old ways of oiling a roof, but nowadays I would think that polyurethane would be the best bet as far as a way to treat it. What are you doing, cat? Playing with the adjuster on that chair over there, on the bottom of the chair. The little office chair things. Oh, jeez. Oh, my dad's accusing me of wanting him to work. Well, all I'm talking about is like having fun. Need something to do, don't you? You're gonna fucking fart around as an usher? Telling me you don't want to work anymore. What's all this shit you're doing? About to fucking tell him you owe me, motherfucker. That would be congenial. Laney, could you fucking stop, man? Like, please. It's really annoying. So yeah. This is the $10 million notebook, not the $1 billion notebook. But neither one works without the other. I don't have a single thing in a single notebook. Like none of my plans are just in one notebook. It's kind of hilarious. It's good for security reasons. Now Laney is attacking the fucking sugar cane. Get it, Laney. The fuck is on that floor that I just fucking cleaned? Lenny said, fuck you and your sugar cane. Laney. Laney. Alright, we'll fucking sniff the couch then. I just pounced on it. Dingo. You alright, boy? that. Laney? No, sir. Get out of the damn Christmas tree. Oh, that fucking Christmas tree is still up because we never fucking... We leave that shit up till Valentine's Day. Like, I don't know what the fuck. That's what the wife and I do together for Valentine's Day. We look at each other and say, dear, it's fucking Valentine's Day. You want to take the goddamn Christmas tree down yet? Leave it up for Mardi Gras. It's a Mardi Gras tree. Yeah, you wait till tax season and you put your tree up when your tax return so you can boom box and your LED. What? Oh wait, I'm in the wrong decade. Off by 2.5. Anyway, so where is this leaning tower of... fucking whatever. Okay, there we go. That's a big building, Pawpaw. I didn't realize what modular sections could fucking do until I finally designed the best ones ever. I am totally not showing you this fucking design. This is a 7-story fucking pyramid country home kind of office building thing. I don't know what it is, but it's cool looking. It'll probably never get built, but it's cool looking. What can you see right there? Can you see that? That is an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes drive, depending on whether or not you do the speed limit or, like I do, take the back roads. Like, I mean, people go to New Orleans and back in a night, you know, like. We could probably, arrange to pick y'all up, actually. I need to talk to Kara about that tonight. There is a pretty decent rate hotel here in town, I think. That's never booked. Just Google it. I don't know. I'm not sure what the name of it is. There might be a couple. But yeah, just let me know whether. Am I shut down? Misha, no ma'am. Yep, I'm trying to. Oh, there it goes. User number 5's computer is flagged or something as a friend of the state. Anyways. Leaning on my fucking bony shoulder here. Frozen with a for fuck's sake face, huh? Cigarette pack. Oh. I'm like deep in fucking thought over here. Thinking about, okay, until there's equity in that one piece of land, we might not be able to rezone it. We need to meet with Phil and like figure out where the fuck we need to go, what all we need to do. This might be a thing where you get, you know, a better idea of how to proceed this time around. And then these people fork over the cash. But let's see. If we do a down payment and equity thing, then we should be able to. Okay, so that would make sense. Basically, finance part of the land, and the land would go in the company's name with you and Big Man as the investors, as the creditors. My my debt to income ratio is fine and dandy and neutral, and just my credit is just non-existent. So that's why I'm just useless. But the plan was basically what me and the head carpenter are getting out of this. Okay, we're not in this for giant profit stakes. You know, I'm there to do work and to expand the business, and most of my profit stakes are how the business expands. Um, but as far as like what I'm actually getting out of this deal is that little piece of land, the vivisection, which is, I can fucking tell you how big it is. 48 feet across by, I would say, maybe 150 feet long. Maybe 180. From the looks of it, it's just over past the property, and I'm thinking the property is about 300 feet wide. And that's the land behind the first two shops and in front of the factory and the warehouse. So, otherwise useless land. Phishing scam on your PayPal? Huh. The state did? The only thing the fucking state of Louisiana does with my PayPal is whenever there's like some fucking lost money or some shit. Money I'm owed, like they got one of them databases where you find money that people owe you or something. That was nice. Ah. So, once I can get my tech team out in Australia, hopefully I'll be able to do the same thing with social media out there as I do here, if I can get it done here. Because Australia would be another ideal market for this kind of thing, and would be probably the only place I would even allow intentionally slowed interconnection. Um, Emily might remember what I said about the extra protocol layer. Yeah, 4 of them would be better. Yes, 4 simultaneous security protocols. Hell of a detractor to your bandwidth, but well, think of how much bandwidth is going to be saved by not having fucking bullshit spyware ruining everything. But the idea would be able to basically to configure overlapping protocols that are designed to um, do some interesting things. Uh, Not just encryption in mind. Certainly not. Because that just wouldn't be enough fun. That's the only clue I'll give. Just fun. There's going to be a little extra fun. A little extra fun built into the protocol. No, not misdirection. Although, maybe that's just misdirection. But let's just say what you do is you layer the random with the pattern. And then you can change the random at will. So then predictability doesn't become an issue, because all you have to change is the random. And the pattern is never going to make sense. And if it does start to make sense, that could just be a reason to be very paranoid. Lacey, what's up, girl? Lacey, how do you feel about being a barista? So anyways, yeah, I think all the good local baristas are taken by the day shift coffee houses. I'm gonna need a night shift coffee house. Possibly single worker. Hopefully we'll be able to take on a couple extra part-timers. But you know, I need somebody to keep an eye on the place and shit. And you might wind up being that person. It's been a while since I went through a stack of resumes, but cool. For the most part, personnel is going to be a problem. But even if I hire existing management from the businesses that are going to be shuffled about here shortly, I'm going to want spies on the inside, kind of, you know, the owner's friends and whatnot, you know, those kind of people. But whatever size plate you decide you want to have, that will be accommodated. I'm not going to put any more on somebody's plate than they can handle now, because I want everybody to have time to think and refine their processes, and from then to come up with new ways to expand. And expect to hear ideas from other people too. But I'm hoping at this first location to try to hire at least a few dozen people, just to get fucking started. Outright, what I have is 8, 16, 24, 25, 26 people, with a goal of 419. Not on this property, there won't be enough parking. But I have here $30 total parking spots that are paved, plus basically an idea to have a sign pointing towards the back fence area. There's going to be a road sort of along the back fence, and people will be able to park along the back fence, which is a common thing to have done in a country ass area like this. But there's also the side fence that could be expanded as additional parking area on the westward side of the property, where the big existing parking lot is. The drive on that side of it could be made a little bit narrower at a certain point, and then another 10 parking spots installed. But I don't think that'll be necessary. No, there is no good classy bar in Zachary. Not really. It's a pretty country area. And then there's the New Orleans people. There's a blues bar. I think it might have shut down though. It wasn't very well managed. I haven't heard nothing about it on the radio or nothing, so I think it is shut down. Shit. But it wasn't. It wasn't nothing but a fucked up house, you know, like just. The idea behind this is I've designed these buildings in a series that has a very unique look to it. And I expect there to get I expect to get a lot of free advertising, basically. Sort of an if you build it, they will come sort of thing. Because I'm gonna go right down there in this fucking place that flooded like hell. This piece of shit plot of land that nobody wants. And I'm just gonna build this beautiful fucking facility on there. And it's gonna be cheap as hell. I got my own lumber guy, I got my own concrete guy. I got plumbing, electrical, and AC crew. I got a carpentry crew. All I need is the money. I can get everything done cheaper than Trump could by not paying people. Well, this is going to be we're probably going to have a liquor license for this place, okay? And it's going to be very generically titled. But calling it a bar would be a stretch. It's going to have sort of a private club feel to it. But it'll serve coffee and food during the day and coffee and spirits at night. Coffee and liqueur, excuse me. Call it liqueur, then it sounds classy, huh? I'm imagining a painting right now, okay? So the name of the shop, the little cafe, I'm not going to tell you. It's a Battlestar Galactica quote. But it's not going to be a Battlestar Galactica themed restaurant. It's going to be sort of a piratey themed kind of place. Okay? Sort of. But I want to have a giant painting in there of Irish man on payday. I understand, yes, thinking about a pub. Yes. Um, so it's your day to be cliche. Oh, okay. But what I was thinking is having a big painting of Jean Lafitte with the Empress of Nubia. So the um, the Morris Motors or automotive or motorsports or something. I don't know what to call it, but you know, like Morris Garage. Okay, I'm a Morris, so I'm gonna make fucking Morris because Morris is no more, and there should be Morris, so there's gonna be Morris. Yeah, because my balls have spoken. Um, sorry, I caught myself off guard with that one. I was just trying to squeeze funny out, and it came. Poor choice of words. Oh fuck. Oh, there's my lung. Anyway, ah. So what I'm hoping to do is basically at first this is going to be used as a garage by several of the carpenters and other people who, like me, um, enjoy restoring and modifying Hondas. And we're going to follow my business model of restoration of Hondas, which is my style, basically. Um, my style is to find the most efficient way to make something happen. So that's my style in building cars. So we're going to build some cars along those lines. You know, new suspension, brakes, steering, low mileage engine swaps, new belts, hoses, air conditioning, spruced up interior, new paint, fully restored vehicles. Um, Asking price is going to range from 5,800 to probably $7,500. Low, economical priced, mid 90s cars, basically. Um, but in-house warranted, fully restored to the point where I'd put more stock in one of these cars than anything you just pulled off the showroom floor. Okay, because we're talking about cars where everything that can break is known by experienced Honda mechanics and has been worked through and gone through, and like it's like this is the good shit, this is the stuff you don't use, this always works, use that, you never have any fucking problems. These old cars were refined 10 years ago, you know. And if you can find one that's been taken care of as far as the body goes, no matter what's gone wrong with everything else, I know how to fix it. Fuck. And the shit that I don't know how to fix is all inside the motor and, well, mostly inside the transmission. I've learned a lot, but no, I would never take one apart myself. But we're just going to be swapping those out. And I've got about maybe 5 spots where I can put a car up for sale. Okay. So this is going to be basically a car lot focused around restoration. We're going to be restoring other people's cars, and we're going to be doing Honda, Acura specific service, and obviously we're going to be indirectly attracting people with older Hondas because of the cars we have out front. But, you know, little old black ladies pay somebody to maintain their Hondas. And it's not, around here at least, it's not a shade tree mechanic. But this is going to get into a high gear sort of job and economic kind of creation mode. And I'm instead of building a facility and then hiring more people and expanding that facility and then building another facility, I'm basically going to try to build as many facilities as I can at once and then hire skeleton crews for all of them. Emily, are you still here? I never even got around to speaking about the stupid shit that they were talking about that I wanted to bitch about. I don't know. I wasn't sure if Lacey was actually saying goodbye or not. But if you are, bye, Lacey. So anyways, how dumb does this idea sound? So I'm running on fumes here. I should have fucking been in bed like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Like, I'm getting bags in my eyes. I could tell. Like I keep looking at myself. Like I look tired right now. Holy shit. Where's brain? Brain. Think. Yeah. In the agreement, I don't even know, can we do something like this? Does this make sense to do? Have like Phil's file I'd have to get the whole fucking thing transferred. God. Okay. So before we do paperwork on the land itself, we make an agreement to basically have the zoning fill map in writing in the agreement, have the vivisection of that filled area specified out as the price that we're gonna pay for it, because we're gonna actually buy that from the company. Okay, so that's not red ink sitting there. All right. Look at the materials, because these are going to be the prototypes, but we're going to buy that land from the company, and the houses at materials cost. So there's no red ink right there, but that needs to be written into the agreement, as well as, and this is where it gets complicated, a leverageable stake. So if these guys over here that we're going to meet with want to pay cash for like a down payment that's equivalent to half of the property, and the property, I think, they're asking $220,000 last I looked at the listing. This is for the big property. It's like 4.5 acres, I think, something like that, right? It's right across from Home Depot on the main street. Yeah. But with Georgia Pacific closing, and the fact that it's been listed at that price for a long old time, I'm thinking we can get it cheaper. So then what I'm going to do is basically have in the agreement that the equity that the cash investor will provide in the property will be an equity share in the name of the company, so that the company can use that to further finance construction. Savvy? Does that make sense? Is that a stupid idea? Or is that brilliant? Because if it ain't fucking brilliant, we gotta think of something better, you know? Brilliant is the bar. But I'm not feeling brilliant right now. Oh, this is how I'm feeling right now. Pretty much. I almost actually fell asleep just then. Why just fall asleep on camera I'm gonna fall asleep holding the camera, just to see how long it takes for it to just fall like that. It's a fun idea. It might wind up happening whether I want to or not. So I can't stop going. Okay. Yeah, right. I got 5 different people that fucking work in real estate that are just dying to get in this shit with me. So we'll put it to the committee. But if that's the way it can go, and I don't know if this can, it might be. So prepare for this either way. Prepare to maybe just buy the damn land yourself and then have him buy you out of half of it or something like that. Or prepare to just like meet, get a fucking feel for things and get something to take home to Tim, and we'll actually get the shit next time. But, we don't want anybody taking our land at the last fucking minute. That's my thing. But my thinking is if you help get the land, or if you get the land totally in your name, that might help us get more cash out of Phil. So then that money would all go into liquidity, basically, in the company's name. You would get bought out, and then that portion would be leveraged. We'll talk about it later. I'm going to sleep after I actually talk about the point of the video, which was people are fucking stupid. More stupid than I am right now running on fucking fumes. Even though I already smoked my fucking cigarette. No, I'm packing a pack. So, in the Mueller investigation, the reporters on the news, even the well-intentioned ones, it seems, have these kind of talking points memorized that they don't know are talking points. But they don't seem to realize that just because they're the most plausible explanation, the fact that they came from the people that they came from means that they're probably not fucking true. For instance, Sam Nunberg saying that the whole thing about the wall is about a memorization tactic because Trump is too stupid to fucking talk about immigration. Are you fucking serious? People actually believe that explanation? Trump can't be relied upon to talk about immigration and border security? Are you kidding me? He could do that quite well and quite regularly. He could rant and rave about all kinds of fucking minorities and immigrants long before the whole build a wall thing came around, okay? But Sam Nunberg has supposedly, he's on our side now. Like Leonard Cohen or Michael Cohen, whatever the fuck his name is. Genghis Cohen. Oh yeah, that's an inside joke. The channel subscribers only. The rest of the world is too stupid to get that one. Speaking of morons. Cohen is Khan. Khan is Cohen. A Cohen is a Jew who was enslaved by the Babylonian horde. Okay. Cohen. Khan. Cone. Khan. Con. Cone. Con. 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 Which word am I saying now? I don't know. Anyways. Nunberg. Sam Nunberger. The Bergmeister. Anyway. Fuck. He, basically said that That's all it's about. But last I checked, Trump wanted to build this fucking wall using a bunch of fringe companies and shit like that. And probably wanted to do what he often does. Only on a bigger level than he's ever done it before. A steel swindle. Basically, put on paper one kind of steel and actually purchase and use Chinese bullshit steel. Anyways. Maybe Russian steel, I don't know. So this to me is just another thing like why we're like all these fucking channels talking about the immigration to begin with, when basically collusion's been proven. We're letting this person destroy our fucking national, international standing, national security apparatus, our whole fucking government oversight ability. And he's not just a criminal, but a traitor and a criminal. How fucking stupid can we possibly be? Just how stupid can people possibly be? Why am I trying so hard to save them? Yeah. Apparently you're not allowed to use dollar signs. It's not really surprising, is it? Just another fucking brick in the wall with these people. But they're just letting so-called good guys and basically the defense attorneys and shit like that, people like that, determine the narrative that we perceive as the people, because they're not suspicious enough to question people like Sam Bergmeister's fucking word. Whataburger, Nunnaburger, no, yeah, that burger, veggie burger, fucking needs a veggie burger. People aren't astute enough to question whether or not Trump could be relied upon to talk about immigration without the wall as a mnemonic device. Ooh, sirens. Oh, they kept going. Let's hope it was somewhere close. Anyways. On that bombshell, it's time for me to look around outside and be a nosy neighbor. Anyways. Thanks for watching, y'all. And thanks for chatting and helping me brainstorm and stuff like that. And keep praying. You know? Pray for the good. And pray to know what to do. And if there's an opportunity in your area, just start making plans. Keep in touch. Because one day we might be able to actually communicate without Russians fucking monitoring everything we say. Wouldn't that be lovely? I should be able to broadcast right now without, like, Russians at least having to try to see me, you know? Jeez. John Boy is a mob boss in an Irish TV series. That's hilarious. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Have we already had a bombshell? It's a multiple bombshell. Fuck, it's the IRA. Anyways,